the best movie of 2023 for a minute. Please, can we do that? Into the Spiderverse. Is there any dispute on that?
I'm contemplating Godzilla Minus One.
Godzilla? I wanted to go see that.
I'm contemplating, man. I'm like, I want to see it one more time in theaters.
I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you because I
wanted to go see it yesterday. Oh, you went last night?
I went last night.
What you think, Masha?
I'm right there with you. I'm teetering with you. Like, it's either Spiderverse or it was Godzilla.
Okay,
I'm gonna help y'all out. I'm gonna help you out. Miles is a brother. He won. All right, so
all right.
As we were saying.
Yo, because I wanted to go. I had to get my oil changed on my car yesterday, so I couldn't go see Godzilla.
Man,
I'm gonna try to catch it Sunday.
You can't see it at home. You gotta see it in theaters one time.
You gotta watch that in theaters.
You gotta watch that shit in theaters.
Okay, so how close is it between Spiderverse and Godzilla? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about pressure. Let's talk about this pressure. Let's talk about this pressure.
So look,
all right, go ahead, Masha. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna give away any spoilers. So we're just purely, since me and you watch it, we can purely go for like artistic value. So like artistically, and then also like culturally. When I say culturally, I mean like historically. So like both of these movies hit both points. Like they hit all the old culture aspects. They hit the current ones. You can see the timeline. You can see the work and effort put into it. Both are done really well to where you can feel the character, right? You can really feel the character. You can feel what he's going through. You remember being at this age and dealing with this. Versus in like Godzilla, you actually like feel like Godzilla's there, right? You know what I'm saying? You felt that, right? Where it was like, damn, like this is a different. But that came back on the strength of like the like they went to the core of like old monster movies. You know what I mean?
Right.
They really captured that and brought that up to date to where it was like, okay, like this does feel like this could be like a 70s movies or 60, you know, like it had that feel, but it was HD, high def, like brought up to now. So like,
true. I'm
saying they're like neck and neck, but once again, like O said, yeah, honestly, Miles is a brother, so he wins out. He gets that extra, that 110%.
We turned on the Japanese.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a lot of similarities because, you know, across the Spiderverse involves all the Spider-Men. You know, it's not the first. What more can you do with Spider-Man? Look at the comic books. Like, what can you do with this? With any Spider-Man storyline, they made something new and fresh. Godzilla. How many Godzilla films are there? This character has been around for like 70 freaking years now, right? You don't expect, especially after Godzilla versus King Kong and like all the rest of these films, like you don't really expect something solid.
Yep, we thought that was it.
We thought that was it. We thought that was okay. This is peak right here, right? You know, they both have young protagonists. They both have, what I like about both films, they have personal, even though there's very larger than life activities going around the characters. It's very personal. It's very personal, relatable storylines with the characters. And dude, I mean, I was a Godzilla fan as a kid and also a Spider-Man fan. Both to like what Across the Spider-Verse did with the same budget, the first film, and Minus One did $15 million budget for the film that they made is like nuts, man. Amazing. Dude, I mean, Charles is right. You know, Miles is a brother, but I know he's gonna get deducted points because he got Spider-Gwen. So most brothers would discount him.
Dr. Umar.
Because he got the snow bunny. I'm not gonna do that.
So they gonna pull out we gonna pull out the dashiki.
Dr. Umar.
We gonna pull out the kente hats because he got
The Black Spider-Man has a snow bunny. The Black Spider-Man has a snow bunny.
I beg your pardon.
The black superhero has.
Oh man.
Okay, so
I will say, I can't wait to watch it. I will say, for what I mean, I'm gonna try and watch it without the expectations. But for Into the Spider-Verse already being that good, and for the sequel to build on that and succeed it, I feel is they need to get a point for that compared to Godzilla. Like you're saying, it kind of fell in this box of monster movie, popcorn, King Kong, and then they made this film now that's like, yo, completely opened up. So like, it's almost not comparable because a sequel versus like an original take, kind of a reimagining, if that makes sense.
I mean, it is.
Is it a sequel? Shit! Is it a sequel?
It's not a sequel,
No,
but it's like
no,
after 30-something films, what can you do with it? Like,
True.
You know what I mean? It's like, but I get you. There's pressure. There's pressure to make the sequel.
True.
And there's more pressure to Enter the Spider-Verse. But then, Godzilla versus King Kong. You got to follow up with that with like, what, 1/3 of the budget. You know what I mean? Like,
all right. So,
it's hard to pick, bro.
It's hard to pick.
It's tough.
Last thing, because like on this, right? Like we were saying, like you can really feel the characters. Also, the world, the perspective. Both movies, you can feel they did scale perfectly. Like you actually feel like you're Spider-Man. You actually feel like you're a human, and there's Godzilla. Like they did scale wonderfully.
That's crazy, man. I gotta watch it.
That's pressure. So hold on. So like as you're watching Godzilla, you were afraid of Godzilla, right? Mm-hmm. You weren't necessarily rooting for him to whoop the monster's ass. You weren't rooting for him to beat up Mothra, right? See, that's different.
This is the first Godzilla film where I'm not actually rooting for Godzilla. I'm actually damn.
That's a big deal.
This mofo.
Yeah,
that's a big deal.
Mofo, bro.
Like here, like the most ghettoest take. I'm gonna give you the ghettoest take, and I'm gonna give you the greatest perspective. The ghettoest take is we're fighting a cracked out lizard. You know what I'm saying? It's the worst thing. A radiated, cracked out lizard. It's the worst thing that could be, right? But now you actually feel it. Then on the opposite scale is like, can you really imagine seeing the biggest fucking ship cruiser that you've ever fucking seen just go past your face? Like, just imagine that. Just something just being thrown at that scale past your fucking face. You're gonna you're gonna have a heart attack.
Wait. Okay, so let me ask y'all this here.
Wow.
It sounds to me like this Godzilla movie is almost a horror flick, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's a monster movie. It's a definite monster movie.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different because Skull Island was an action film. The two Godzilla movies were action films. Those were not monster films. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm not going to dispute it.
Even
they almost reimagined the term from what it sounds like, because monster film kind of fell into whatever the fuck Tom Cruise was doing with Mummy and shit. It kind of they kind of ruined the whole term. So it's like what Insidious did with horror.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You even feel for the extras, bro. You even feel like when he goes smash like this and he's stomping on people, you're like. You actually feel for the people getting stomped on. You're like, damn, like that's never. Look, Matthew Broderick and Godzilla 99, he could destroy all New York City. We're like, all right, cool, this is dope.
It's crazy because
you really felt like every character that had a name was a main character.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
like
okay.
You know, just like
in Spiderverse,
like you felt it's subtitles.
It's subtitled.
Okay.
Just like in Spiderverse, you felt like Miles, or you felt like that certain Spider-Man that you connected with.
So how do we So listen, is it a reach? This is what I'm gonna ask y'all here. In contrast to that comment there, is it a reach to say that? Oh man, I want to be careful what I'm gonna say here, bro. I don't want to jump out of the window.
Racist.
Is it a reach? Is it a reach to say that the Spider-Verse film that dropped in June of this year is one of the greatest superhero movies ever released?
No,
it's not a reach
at all.
Okay, if we go into this with the knowledge that this is an all-time great superhero film, how do we weigh that? What did we like about the Spider-Verse film? What did we like about that?
There it is.
What did we enjoy about that film?
Man, I mean, I feel like I went on a tangent about this already.
Yeah, we did.
Like how much the film is so much more than like it was almost part of them making the film. The concept of Miles not being accepted by all these white Spider-Men, the concept of not wanting to pass on a legacy character. That I mean, what kid can't relate to people telling him that he doesn't belong? Like, come on, that shit was heavy.
Let's get it,
that
Charles.
Shit was heavy.
Let's get
and
it.
For this kid to be there and essentially he beat them, and like, you know, for this kid to come in that said from, you know, people that kept telling him that he doesn't belong somewhere, and he beats them. That's massive. It's massive. It's a massive. It was a massive leap for that character to step out of the shadow of being Spider-Man, and like that this generation was like, oh, that's my Spider-Man now. That's it. It was a heavy film what they did, and I loved No Way Home. I was like, damn, they got into the Spider-Verse number, man. They did it better. And then across to come after that.
Cause No Way Home was all time great.
No Way Home was the shit. No Way Home was dope. So to come after that and do what they did, bro, like, cheers for real. Cheers for real. It was a good film. It was a really good film.
Okay. Majin, Donovan, what did y'all enjoy about Spiderverse, bro?
I mean, so mainly you felt like that character. It was easy. It was really relatable. Really relatable. Like really, really relatable. You really remember like nostalgia. Like no matter what age you're around, like you can connect with a Spider-Man or the Spider-Man of this movie. You know what I mean? So like, just like Oja said, like, you know, like you see the whole concept of a movie, and then and then if you think about it also, like it's right after when Stan Lee said that, like, yeah, you know, we won't get Spider-Man has to stay this way until I die. And pretty much right after he died, then we got this Spider-Man. You know, he said, I love Spider-Man, I love all the concept of Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is gonna stay white until, you know, I'm out of here. And right after he disappeared, you know, he did appear in the first movie. Now we have this, and so like it's relatable. It has a broader perspective if you can look at it. You know what I'm saying? Some people will get it because we live it, some people won't. So even then, if you didn't catch that, you still enjoyed the movie. So overall, like while it hit everything, that was like a big, it still had, you know, the current of now, you know, it always like has a moral story, but even then you could still resonate with it. It's just so relatable. That's what made it great.
Yo, Donovan, before you jump in, all I'm gonna say is this right here, bro. I was in another country over the summer, dog. I was on a vacation in another country, and I tried my damnedest to go out of my way to try to see this movie in theaters while I was in another country over the summer, bro. Like, you know.
Man, this shit hit, man. This shit hit, bro. I mean, man versus self, man versus society. Like what Charles mentioned, you have to follow this one path. Everyone can relate. It's even as an adult, you have to follow this one path because everyone else followed it. If you go against the grain, you're going to get demolished. You're going to get destroyed. You're going to ruin everything. You need to take this path. And he said, no, I'm not doing that. And then
I'm doing my own thing. I'm
going to do my own thing. That's a very human story. It's super relatable. It's a human story. I mean, the visuals is great. Everything around that is icing on the cake, but I think that's what really made it relatable. It wasn't just like, you know, woe is me, my life sucks, and I'm trying to do the right thing. It was more like you said, societal pressures and trying to confine you into one box.
I'm fighting.
Going against that grain. Right. Right.
And Ben, what the fuck was my man's name, man? What was my man's name? Spider-Man 2099. What was that bitch ass?
Miguel O'Hara. Miguel.
Yeah.
Take that.
Spider-Man that has fangs.
Take all that. Hoe ass nigga.
He didn't even want to say Spanish to his own brother, man. He was like, no. And he was just like,
bitch ass nigga, take that, man.
Regular, man.
So look, all right. So we gonna call it a 50-50?
Yeah, I think that's fair. I want to watch it too. I love.
There can only be one. There can only be one.
There can only be one.
I gotta see it one more time. I gotta see it one more time.
Go ahead.
I gotta see it one more time. Right now, it'd be a Cross and then Minus One, Godzilla, and then Barbie. That's my 3 movies right there.
You know what?